Hi, everybody. So if you don't have your book with you, it might be kind of hard to be annotating, because when I annotate in my book, when I'm looking for adult-child characterization, I can just underline it, write the literary device in the margins next to it, and then my quote and page number, I've already underlined it and it's on that page. If you don't have a book yet, though, it can be kind of hard. So I'm going to show you a really easy way to annotate with this graph that I wrote. So if you're online, we're annotating. We're looking for adult and child characterization, whether it's direct or indirect. And we're going to really focus on the difference between them, the literary device that we use when characterizing, and then we'll put the quote and page number here. So that way, if we need it later, it's there for us, okay? So I'm going to skip this first paragraph just because you guys will go back and read it, but it doesn't have a lot, it doesn't have the best example for these purposes. So I want to start here. School has started, just to show you guys how I would annotate. School has started, and Frida and I get new brown stockings and cod liver oil. Grown-ups talk in tired, edgy voices about Zick's Coal Company and take us along in the evening to the railroad tracks, where we fill burlap sacks with the tiny pieces of coal lying about. Later, we walk home, glancing back to see the great carloads of slag being dumped, red hot and smoking, into the ravine that skirts the steel wheel. The dying fire lights the sky with a dull orange glow. Frida and I lag behind, staring at the patch of color surrounded by black. It is impossible not to feel a shiver when our feet leave the gravel path and sink into the dead grass in the field. So here's what I see. Grown-ups talk in tired, edgy voices and take us along in the evening. So this is what I'm going to copy and paste this, because this characterizes the grown-ups. So I'm going to put this here. I'm going to put there, this is my quote, right? And I'm going to analyze it in just a second. And this quote is from page 24 to 25. And so I'm going to put that. Now, how does this characterize the adults? They talk in tired, edgy voices. So maybe we can say the grown-ups are tired and edgy. What does edgy mean? Let's Google it. Edgy definition. Let's look. Tense, nervous, on edge, anxious. So the adults are tired and anxious, and which tells us that they are different from the kids in that they are more on edge, while the kids notice how the grown-ups are feeling. And so let's see, she says the grown-ups talk in tired, edgy voices. The literary device there is indirect characterization, because it's or speaking, right? So we can say indirect characterization. We can also say imagery, because tired, edgy voices, we can hear that, right? It's descriptive. So imagery also works. Okay, and so that's how I would annotate on this. If I'm just annotating in my book, what I would do is highlight or underline this, and then I would put in the margins, I would write imagery or indirect characterization, and I would just make sure I circled the keywords. It's much easier to annotate in books than it is to do this, but this isn't so bad. All right, I hope that helps. You're going to keep reading and look for how adults and children are characterized. This first paragraph, think about how the kids are characterized. How are they acting? What are they like? What are they doing? What does that tell us about them? Okay, good luck, kiddos. I know you're going to do great. Go for it.